Good morning to one and all. Today I'll be speaking on the topic employee retention. So what do you understand by the term employee retention? That is, employee retention is when that employee works in a company for a longer period of time. So retaining an employee for every organization is very important because skilled individuals or skilled workers are an asset for every organization. Okay, now let's look at the human resource management process. That is planning of HR needs. That is planning of HR needs means it includes like forecasting needs. For example, every organization they have to forecast like how many people are required in this particular company and what are the kind of skills that is required by this particular individual. What is the kind of experience that is required for this particular person to be recruited, or whether they should consider freshers for the jobs. And these are the various factors that come under planning of HR needs. Next is regarding the recruitment. Whether in this factor there are mainly two kinds of recruitment, that is internal recruitment as well as external recruitment. Internal recruitment is in the sense that is people will already be associated with that particular organization. And in the case of external, and in this particular situation, the cost will be very less for the company and the company will be able to save a lot of money, because in the case of external recruitment means company has to spend a lot of time and money, and the kind of and this particular employee will have to be trained by this particular company. But in the case of internal recruitment means this particular employee will already be familiar with the company and he will be already familiar with the other rules and regulations of the particular company, and he will be able to adapt with the company policies and will be able to adapt to the changes very easily. But in the case of external recruitment means the company has to spend a lot of time and effort. External recruitment can be in the form of companies. Sometimes they go for recruitment to many campuses, and they even but they don't know whether that kind of individual actually suits this particular company. So there will be many issues like trust issues. But in the case of already existing employees, the company will already be familiar with this particular candidate. For example, in the case of internal recruitment, maybe like department, sometimes people from one particular department will be even shifted to other department for meeting of manpower. So these are the kinds of factors that come under internal recruitment. Let's go to the next slide. Again, the next is regarding selection. So under selection, there are many kinds of selection process. So selection can be done on the basis of many forms. For example, in many companies they follow various steps like GED. First they actually conduct an aptitude test, after which they conduct a GED. After that they conduct a personal interview. After which they will be screening to the employee's data. Sometimes the company they even tell the employee to produce a certificate telling that they are actually medically fit, because the company has to make sure that this particular employee is actually fit to work in this particular organization. Next is regarding development. That is, development is regarding the training and development of that particular employee. The employee has to be groomed by the senior employees, and the HR is the person who takes care of the training and development programs of the employees. For example, there are many softwares like SAP and all. For example, like if a fresher of a MBA finance student is actually recruited by one particular company, he will be actually trained to use this particular software. After that, he will be given a trial period to adapt. After that, he will be put into the work, and he will be actually supervised by a supervisor. Supervisor is the one he should actually report to. Next is regarding compensation. That is, there is something called jobs worth. Jobs worth is the worth of the kind of job that you are actually doing. So every job has its own worth. There are many skills that are required by every kind of job. Next is regarding evaluation of performance. The final evaluation of the performance is done by the immediate supervisor, and the supervisor will be is the one actually responsible for the promotion of the employee, because he takes up his performance to the higher level authorities, and through that we will be getting things like promotion, transfers, and things like that. Now, earlier I spoke about forecasting and manpower supply. It is actually a very important function of an HR manager. That is, First is regarding internal labor supply. As I spoke earlier, skills inventory. Skills inventory is the kind of skill set that are actually required. It might be regarding technical skills, it can be regarding interpersonal skills, it can be regarding communication skills. There are many kinds of skills that are actually there. Then every company has to maintain a database, that is the database of the employee. It is a mandate for every organization that they should actually have a record of the employees actually who are associated with them. Next is regarding replacement and replacement planning. Replacement planning occurs when one particular employee actually leaves an organization. For example, if a person who is highly skilled leaves an organization, there will be a huge gap. So this gap has to be filled by a person who must be recruited, and he must actually he must actually have many kinds of skill that that particular employee was having. And other kind of replacement planning can be regarding promotion of employees. For example, like people like from the board of directors. Actually, when the higher level board like a chairman or board of one of the directors resign, they actually need to replace that particular director with the person who is actually capable of handling the situation. So they try to groom this particular individual in every organization, and they find they will be making this particular person as the next director of the company. Next is that is, as I said earlier, identifies potential candidates to fill the specific managerial jobs. Next is regarding succession planning. That is, identifies and train potential candidates. As I said earlier, there will be many potential candidates for higher managerial roles in every organizations. These employees will have to be groomed constantly. So through constant grooming, by giving them more exposure, they'll be getting more trained and more skilled. Through this, they'll be able to satisfy every need of the organization. This is the manager inventory chart. That is, the top position is held by the general manager, and under general manager, people like production manager, marketing manager, and finance manager comes. And under finance manager, we can see there are few people, and under marketing manager also we can see few people are there, and under finance manager also we can see few people are there. And you can see certain values like C, A, B, and D are actually put. A represents people who are actually can be immediately promoted. B represents people who can be promoted within 1 year. C represents potential for further promotion. D represents but not promotable, and E represents person must be terminated. Many people will be terminated from the organization because the organization will not find that particular employee as a suitable fit to it. Can be due to the lack of skills or the lack of productivity that particular employee does to the organization. Now next is regarding staffing. Staffing is aimed at attracting and selecting individuals for different positions that facilitate the achievement of organization goals. Understaffing, actually, that's a situation called understaffing. That is, the company loses its business plus the specialization of that particular individual. Overstaffing means there are a lot of employees who are already there in the organization, and they are having an excess of employees. So overstaffing and understaffing has to be prevented by the organization at any cost. And this process includes recruitment, selection. And as I said earlier, there are mainly two kinds of recruitment. That is, recruitment can be done in the form from internal sources as well as external sources. Internal sources are through transfers, as I said earlier. Like one person from one particular department may be actually transferred to another department to meet some shortages. Others regarding promotion, that is, they actually try to find out the right kind of candidate who is actually suitable for promotion. Next is regarding upgrading, that is, people actually or many companies, they actually focus on upskilling of employees these days. Actually, upskilling is actually required by every employee, and a person who is highly skilled and highly updated with knowledge is actually preferred by many companies. And these employees will actually be a suitable fit in a higher level positions. This is regarding dependent of deceased family member. That is, sometimes when an employee is working in one particular company, he might be he might just pass away. So this family members, relatives of his immediate family members are actually eligible to get suitable jobs. In many government agencies and in many companies, they actually do this practice, and it's still very popular practice. So their children will be getting the benefit if their father dies during this service. Next is regarding external source. External sources of recruitment can be in the form of advertisement. Advertisement in the sense they will be publishing the advertisement in many job portals, newspapers, etc. And as I said earlier, from the education institute, that is the companies, they actually come to one particular education institute, or they actually go to a group of education institute for recruitment. It can be a pool campus interview or anything like that. Next is through employment agencies. Actually, nowadays we can see there are many consultants, especially during these times of COVID. The number of consultants are also increasing because people are looking for jobs. Next is voluntary application. The other one is through word of mouth. That is you might have heard of the term called word of mouth marketing. For example, like word of mouth marketing in the sense one particular employee, one particular person, when he purchases one particular product, if he feels that this particular product is actually good, he will actually tell good things about this particular product to other person, and the other person buys it, and through that the popularity increases. This thing also happens in recruitment in many companies. Through that is a message is actually passed, and finally the recruitment is done because the message was already passed through many people. This is regarding job portals. Nowadays we can see that there are many job portals existing. For example, Monster.com is there, we have Naukri.com is there, and in many different countries there are different kinds of job portals. Even like social media apps like Facebook, they are actually posting job offers. And you can even do searches which are related to location-wise, skill-wise, or even the role-wise. Next is through acquisition and mergers. For example, we can see recently that Vodafone and Idea, they merged together. So many new jobs were actually created, and many people got jobs. Next is regarding headhunting and poaching. The last one is contractor and outsourcing. Outsourcing in the sense, you might have heard of the many functions of BPOs, and like they do many functions such as medical transcription, and they many companies works are actually transferred from another country to another country. For example, many companies may have its head office in USA, and they might be having the people who are working with them in other countries, because in countries like India and China, the cost of labor is very less. So they actually prefer to reduce the cost and give more preference to these countries, so that the cost that incurs to the company will be very less. Now here are some of the advantages and disadvantages of internal recruitment. And the first, let's look at the advantages. That is, the first advantage is familiarity of the candidate. That is, that particular candidate will be already familiar with the organization and with the organizational culture. So it will be very easy for this particular employee to adapt. Next is available information and observation. Already the information regarding this particular candidate will be available with the organization, and they do a lot of observation in the sense like they actually try to get more inputs actually from the observers. For example, if it's an education institution, the students will be the observers, and they actually rate the performance of the teachers of this particular organization. Next is regarding selection and socialization. That is a very less expensive process as compared to people who are actually recruited through external sources. The next one is regarding enhancing employee morale. That is, the morale of the employees will be boosted. next is regarding retention of employees. A person who is highly satisfied will be able to work in this particular organization for a longer period of time. Thank you.